Oh, recording in progress. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of This Works For Us podcast. Today we have special guests, and it is actually a special type one. We've been interviewing married couples. This time we are going to interview the soon to be married couples. And we have Simone Gordon and Kevin Grier. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having
He's
me.
over here. He went like this. No, you're good though. Yeah. Be yourself. This is conversation, man. This is conversation.
Be yourself, David.
Just like you. And we'll get to that in a moment. You know. We'll
All right.
get to that in a minute.
Okay.
We're just gonna let it flow. But
It's like we were talking in the living room.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now, you know, when we do these, we have like a little icebreaker question here. So, if you could switch roles with your partner for a day, what's the first thing you would do?
Switch role.
Yeah, you be a woman for a day, and vice versa.
Oh, just the gender, not each other.
No, each other.
Okay, each other.
Roles. Like if
But
you were Simone, you were Kevin.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
eat. I would eat. Cause you eat, you don't gain no weight. I eat. I would.
If I was you, I would probably envision my life.
Oh.
Because I suck at what how I envision I just suck at that. I'm good at I'm good at practical steps of like, what's the next step? How do we get there? Things like that. But yeah.
So you would use Simone's brain.
Yeah, I would use her brain.
And I would use his metabolism. I would eat. Yes, I would eat brownies for breakfast.
Oh, and also too, I would put that transformation on my head too. I want to know what we feel like.
I'll tell you one thing. I've worn costume wigs.
I was like, wait a minute.
Nope.
What
That's
is
what I said. I said costume.
So you have to put the
Nope.
wig cap on. First you gotta make sure your hair is clean, conditioned, and pat it down. Then you put the wig cap on, then you put the wig on top.
Listen, I've done
Wig
little plays at church, stuff that has required me to wear like a little afro.
I almost got worried for a second. You was like, I was like, wait a minute now. Where have I been at?
No, never.
Okay.
Now, you
I
won't
see the
ever.
costume, but
It's just strictly that.
how he was coming
I
out.
don't know. Ain't no. I don't know how some women do it. Truthfully, because I'm like, it's hot. I asked my mom when she was there. I said, "It's hot."
Oh yeah, the lace.
Oh yeah, the lace.
You can't put the lace front on. See, you can take this hat off and take the wig off, but the lace front, they gonna glue it down. And then this Texas heat, it'll probably start melting off.
No, I think they do all right here.
I feel like that.
That you wear
Stuff? It is out there.
I think for all women. What are you talking about?
You see the black woman.
People know.
Everybody, you can tell when a black woman.
She
People know.
Mom, I'm sorry. You make a comment.
Hey, girl,
You go ahead and make a comment.
No.
So Sean ain't right for that.
Girl, like Jeezy wear lace front. But yeah,
I bet
Josh,
one
come
thing.
get it,
I bet one
She
thing.
like you.
You can't tell. You don't see it because now I want to
I'm
say
trying to clean it up now.
no, ain't nobody. I ain't trying to clean up nothing. But what I will say, and I haven't done it in a while. I used to go on social media, so I look at
I know
people.
you about to say.
I look at people.
Zoom in.
Oh yeah, I look for the lace. I said,
They call it,
there
the
it is.
screen door. Like if it's big, when they say the lace front like a screen door.
Oh, it do look like a
Mm-hmm. I be looking. I'll zoom in.
Oh no, not
I
back.
knew. I was like, man, you could have did better than that.
So you want to switch and do that where the lace
yeah,
fronts
and
and the
also,
wigs?
and also too, how does your body you love to eat ice, and you love to have that heat on you too. Like she always has a heater at home, and she can sit in front of the heater when it's 100 degrees outside. When the house,
And do my cup with the ice and apple juice.
Yeah, I'm wondering why. Why does she always do that?
I don't know. That's a her question.
Yes.
So do you want to know how it feels to wear a lace front wig, to envision your life, and to sit in front of a heater in the summertime and have ice and apple juice in the cup?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's what you want to do.
What about me?
All I want to do is eat.
What about me?
Eat.
Eat.
Because you eat a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what else. eat. Oh, wake up early. So I wake up early. What is it like to get up at 4:00 in the morning, go to bed at 8 p.m. with the chickens?
I can relate to that. I'd be like, God, can you just give me something what Sean got? Because I don't want to get up in the morning.
I don't. It's not fun. I don't like waking up like that. I want to stay asleep.
I go ahead and get energy though, like you just get up.
I go ahead and get up.
I wonder what that feels like because I don't know.
Yeah, me either. That would be a good role switch though.
I still be tired though. That's the thing. Like I'll get on up and do it because the military has trained to do that. I used to march with eyes closed 4:00 in the morning. I don't know how we did it. It's crazy. But anyway,
I stay up till 4:00 in the morning. Getting up at 4:00 in the morning?
No. Them days be far between.
The night is still young. At 12 o'clock, the night is still young. It's like, okay, what I'm gonna do?
That's that young good.
Yeah.
You go to bed at 10 o'clock, most part, except for the week that I'm off.
Even before y'all had kids.
Oh, it was gonna be 10 o'clock, right? Yeah.
I mean, after married life is over, there ain't no reason to stay up.
For what?
There's so much you can do. You can envision your life, and you know how it is. At 12 o'clock, you can be like, okay.
So how did y'all meet?
We met when we knew each other since middle school.
Shout out to Sweetwater Middle School in Gwinnett County.
I knew her since middle school, but we was kind of like we saw each other like in the class. We only had like one class with each other, 8th grade year.
Mm-hmm. We had mutual friends.
We just like see each other the whole time throughout the year. And then our high school, it was in high school, not freshman year, it was mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then sophomore year,
Tell the truth.
We had a class with each other. It was with Dr. Kilgore, was our math class.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was an advanced math class.
It was an advanced math class, and my friend,
I wasn't going to be there.
He was, yeah. me and my best friend, we would always like clown her because she used to always like ask for help in the math class.
What was wrong with that?
But it was only because
they was jerks.
She would always try to find the answers, and whenever we would take the test, we would always like look at her and knew she didn't know math.
I was the last one to take.
Yeah. She was always the last one to finish, but she would look at her paper; it would be blank, and we would like look at her, just clown her. But we would just.
But remember this. We gotta pause. Remember looking at the paper because we're gonna talk about when you used to look at my paper in 11th grade in this Hewitt class. Yeah. Well, we're gonna
y'all admitting all this stuff from when y'all was in high school.
So y'all wasn't cheating.
Were you cheating, Kevin?
No.
Okay, so in 11th grade, we're gonna fast forward. We're gonna jump back fast forward. We're gonna wait. Okay, hold on.
So y'all know each other from middle school.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you start dating?
Junior year.
And who made it happen?
I did. I made it happen. She didn't want to be with me.
Shoot.
She didn't want to be with me. I walked to the class. I used to be late to class. My junior year, I used to be late to class. I used to walk her to class. I used to what else? I used to just always hang out with her like outside of just outside of school.
Mm-hmm. But the way we got into Mrs. Hewitt class, I had a best friend at the time. She wanted us to have class together. So
this is a God moment.
We're no longer friends anymore, but it was a God moment. So I went to the counselor and we changed our schedule, and I walked in class, and it was only one seat available, and it was next to Kevin. And I was looking around, had other friends in there, and I was like, "Where am I sit?" He was like, "You can sit here." I was like, "Okay." So I sat down. So then
my man was like,
it was fitness class. So you had two.
I had a crush on her though the year before. I had a little crush.
That's why he was being a jerk in sophomore advanced class
because she was a cheerleader and I was a football player. So I used to see her all the time. And like whenever we would go travel for games, I remember one game I said, "Simone, put my number on your cheek." And I was like, I was just playing around. You know me, I was messing around. And I at like in the middle of the game, I turn over and I look over and I'm seeing and my number was on her cheek.
And it was another one on the other side too. It was number 3 and number 24.
You thought you would. You thought you was special.
He did. So I came in class and I sat down junior year, and we would talk every day. We would have like group projects and individual stuff. And then he started flirting with me, and everybody was like, "Hey, give my bro Kev a chance." I was like, "No, we're just really good friends. No, 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 no." So then in class, I was one of the smartest ones in physics. And when I took my test, I would take my test, and I would have my paper on the side, and I write my answers to the side, and then I would have the actual test next to me. And I noticed that when I put an answer down, he would glance over and then write the answers and then go up to the front of the class and turn his test in first. I was like, this man cheating.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it.
Such a nonchalant, yeah.
And then I found out he was really hungry. Like, he was really hungry. I used to think, like, damn.
You know they ain't feed us in the morning, so.
So I used to bring
school, terrible.
Y'all had breakfast?
We did.
It was bad.
It was bad.
I used to bring warm cooked meals to class in the morning, so like grapes and warm biscuits and sausage and grits. I used to eat good, and he used to be like,
It was in
get some.
Gwinnett County.
And Gwinnett County.
Y'all blowing that school.
One of the largest counties in Georgia, school districts in Georgia.
They would only feed. It probably give us like small.
It's probably
cereal
better
boxes.
It's probably better now. Good Lord. All right, try to clean it up a little bit. All right, praise God. All right.
So
Look at y'all healthy now. Look at that. All right.
Yes, he ate all my food, and then over Christmas break, we would text each other, and I remember he texted me, and he tried to slide it in there. He basically was like, "How somebody like you? What's somebody like you doing single?" And I was like, no, 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 and I didn't respond back to him.
Yeah.
So then, after Christmas, you get your new clothes and everything. So I have my new polo shirt, and I always dress nice for school. And we came in class, and I sat down. He literally, what you do? This is the table. We're in class. What you do? No, you did like that. He slid over. He didn't talk to me the whole class. I was like, it's a year. I said, he had them random. He didn't talk to me. We had a group assignment. Like, I was like, turn back around. I was like, I have to get a good grade in
And I was
class.
like this.
And I was like, Mr. Hewitt, what's wrong with Kevin? And I'm like, is my grade going to be affected? I'm looking at him like, is my grade going to be affected because he won't talk to me? He didn't speak to me the whole class.
The whole class.
You played He Who Cares Less and won.
Yeah. No, I didn't actually win.
No, you
He didn't win. It wasn't until we had a snowstorm and we had met up at the park, and somehow my mom met you.
Man,
if it wasn't for my mom, she put the God guilt card on me.
Yeah.
He is a nice man. If you guys are friends, you need to text him back. God doesn't like ugly. I was like, what?
Well, and Miss Sharon, when she had came, she was like, hey, you must be Kevin. And I was like, yes, ma'am. and I was kind of thrown off by it because Simone was in the car too. And she was like, you trying to talk to my daughter, huh? And I was like, what? Like, I just kind of like.
He was confused. I was taking it back. So how did my mom know so much about Kevin?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you like him? I was like, no.
Yeah.
So why you was playing hard to get?
It was just too much. Too much. Do tell. How was it too much? Because it was the jerk from sophomore year.
Yeah.
Who likes the girl in junior year who's trying to be sweet and nice. I was just confused. It was too much. And we were really good friends too. Yeah. And then fast forward to
senior year.
So did y'all?
We started dating junior year.
Yeah, March 3rd, 2014.
Yeah, because my dad was like, you can't ask her out when she's 16. So I was like, he just asked me on my birthday. Oh, you wanted me to come to class that day too. You told me you was gonna ask me on my birthday. He was like, make sure you're on time for class.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't come.
Yeah. That shit was so number.
It was bad.
That's kind of the same way how the engagement went too.
Oh, that's another story. And before you asked me out on our first date, you thought it was just gonna be me and you. And what I ended up doing.
Oh yeah. She brought her parents.
This is before we started dating. I was trying to do everything in my power for him not to like me. And then you remember Valentine's Day, it was raining, and I had like on this bummy outfit, and I had like peeled the skin on my lips.
That was you asked for a kiss.
No, that was after. You asked for a kiss, and I like spin around in the rain like head buddy.
Yeah, she head me. Yeah, she walked me down my corner. She said this, y'all. bang, and she hit her face on my head.
He was like, "Can I get it?" Yeah, he was like,
Okay.
"Can I get it?" Because I was like, "I'm gonna ruin this one for him."
I don't know who you are.
Everybody says that.
Yeah,
So why did you do all of this? I did
like,
everything. So I was like,
what?
so I was like, I do not want to go out
She
with
didn't
him.
want to
I
commit.
like him, but I didn't want to commit. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do all of this stuff and see if it just like make him go away. But the worse I act, the more he was like, oh, step it up a notch. I'm stepping up a notch. She kept getting nicer and nicer.
He was determined.
My man was Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
I'm wearing you down.
And I really thought I was gonna break the camel's back with the date where I walked into the movie theater and he saw me, he was smiling, he was like, oh, and then you see this light-skinned, tall, skinny dude and this brown-skinned woman walking. He looked like, and they said right behind us.
I can't.
But the thing about it, they didn't know that I was going. They didn't know I was going to the movies with Kevin. So I set Kevin up. He thought I was going on a date with him. My parents thought we was going to the movie, just like daughter and parents, and then it just happened together. I know that was so bad. That was bad. And you still stuck through. And then when you told me to come to class on March 3rd, I didn't come to class. But you ended up asking me out at the end.
At the end of the day.
And I said,
like,
yes.
I'm gonna get this out.
Yeah.
You gonna have to face the music, girl.
Yeah. And then from there, the rest I stopped being mean. I was nice. And then the rest is history.
Yeah,
Now look at us.
Yeah, I mean, stuck it out.
Man, you had to put us to work.
Right, yeah. You did have to put in work. For anybody that's out there, you might not want to go to the same extreme as he did, but there's hope.
There's hope.
Hey,
and ladies,
Hey,
and ladies, just give in, just give in.
to the right one.
for the right.
For the
For
right
the right
one.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can get the wrong one, and then it's a whole nother story.
So,
Other podcasts and stuff.
Y'all been dating ever since,
Yes, since 2014.
14.
but y'all went to 2 separate colleges or same college?
Mhm. He went to Berry College, and I went to Brenau University.
And how far apart was it?
It was only 2 hours.
Mhm.
It wasn't bad.
How was that experience? Like, just college is a whole experience in itself. And
Honestly, I didn't think we was gonna stay together after high school.
I didn't either.
Well, we were just dating.
I didn't.
We were just dating. And then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, prom. I was like, okay. Then graduation. I was like, oh, we're still together. Summertime.
We're still together.
Still together. First, you went to college, I went to college. Nobody cheated. I was like, oh, we're still together. Okay. And then you can talk about college for you.
What, at Berry? So
In relationship.
Okay, so I didn't have that mindset of like when going into college, I was going like, I didn't have a mindset to look at other. I'm gonna still look though. I'm gonna still look and observe, but I wasn't trying to like cheat on her or anything. It was more of like I was so focused on football and trying to accomplish so much with that than anything else. So like my mind wasn't like on girls going out partying and doing all that. And I also found the Lord too when I was in high school. So I was trying to connect with other brothers on the campus too. So my mindset wasn't really like in all the extra stuff.
That's good.
And I went to
that kind of like
all-girls
helped out a
school.
lot.
was there no peer pressure because you're an athlete? So like, I mean, that's the whole thing.
It was just peer pressure going out. I just went out with my friends. We would go out drinking, partying. But actually, it was one incident my freshman year that God kind of like woke me up. I was a designated driver on accident. So my friends, we was drinking in the dorm room, and he was like, "Hey, one of y'all need to DD." So I said, "I'll do it." Got sober. We went downtown. Cop pulled us over, and he all checked our IDs. We were all under 18, and they just happened to get MIPs. So then that was God's way of saying, "Kevin, you need to come on, hop back on the right path." So I hopped back on the right path, and I surrounded myself with other brothers in Christ. And then that kind of like helped me out in college too. So then that didn't really like help. It helped out a lot. I didn't really, I wasn't like peer pressure anymore about like friends or anything. So just around the right friends. So
that's good.
Yeah.
And I went to all girls school. I didn't want a girl. I didn't want to get no women. It was no me, no Kevin. It was nothing, no distraction. Oh no. No. I had focus on school. you couldn't help but be focused on school. Like it was all girls. So, and then I think we had conversations like over the weekend. I would come up to your football games, your home games, and then we would say, "You want to say it together? Yeah, sure. I'm saying it together too."
Yeah.
It was. I don't think we were really pressured. I didn't feel pressured. Yeah.
I just let it go with the flow.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. That's it.
Sometimes
Just shake in day by day.
It works like that sometimes, you know, because you have people that want to, you know, things to go a certain way, and then if it doesn't, then you know the world comes crashing down and whatnot.
Right.
But to see that it just kind of, I'm gonna go with the flow type person myself. So,
but we did have family and some friends say we need to like take a break so we can test the waters and experience life
no,
and all that stuff.
We didn't pay attention.
Well, we didn't pay attention. We just like, okay.
And even when I did look, when we were in a relationship, there's, you know, I don't know, it's just, I don't know if that's a man thing, but when I observed, I'm like, there's really no other female out there. Like, you know,
you can see it, like you're always gonna see somebody that's gonna maybe look prettier, whatever the case. But there's nothing but that would, you know, it's worth losing what you have.
No.
Nothing.
But some of the females were bold. You remember at the football game?
Oh,
they thought I was his sister. They would walk up, "Hey, Kevin."
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, okay. How you doing? I'm Simone. I'm the sister. Not. They would just be flirting with him. He'd be like, Kevin would scratch his head and look like, "You don't see this? You don't see this? What's going on?"
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me because I knew at the end of the day, he wasn't texting them. We were seeing each other, and it was just
they were bold.
Very
Saying was real too.
Well, that's what I figured. I'm like, automatically when I think of like athlete, like you're going to get people who approach you just because, right?
Because he was a football, he was good. He was a good football player too. They love you at Bear.
Oh yeah.
Talent wise, you was really good, and personality wise, you had a really good. I mean, you still do, but you know.
I was waiting on you to clean it up a little bit.
So like, they love some Kevin.
Yeah.
And you were nice too. You were like, you're a nice person.
They tried to use the nice. They thought I was being like, I'm just nice, but they used it. It was like, oh, if he's nice, then you know. And then they saw that if I did have a girlfriend, they probably was like, oh, he's faithful.
Yeah, because one girl,
they was trying hard.
One girl that said, "Let's have Bible study together."
Yeah.
Oh, and he actually because at first she was like, "Let's break bread." He was like, "You know, Kevin, always time to eat. You know, food." Yeah. He was like, "Simone, I started then it clicked like this girl want to do more than just break bread." I was like,
trying to break your back.
Trying to use a word. I said,
"The devil is a lie."
No, for real,
Jezebel.
For real.
Well, all I gotta say is like when it's God ordained, there's nothing that can tear it apart unless you allow it.
Cooperate with that. But other than that, you know, just a brief story for us. Like it was so crazy that, you know, even when we were apart, we still had to be together. Like there was nothing that could. We still had to talk and everything. We was broken up, still going to church together and stuff.
Oh wow.
So it was nothing that could really, we knew God put this together. So that's why it's still here now.
That's good.
And forevermore.
That's really good.
So y'all did good by not basically listening to outsiders, because we had outsiders in our relationship before marriage. And
so like saying was going hard for us. Like, oh no, this ain't gonna happen.
Even after we kind of got people out of it, it was still, some lingering effects trying to get back to how it was when we first started. So it was just, you know, different things. Like even when I first came out here, I always felt like, I was, maybe not maybe deeply in love, and then I'm not. Kept going kind of back and forth for whatever the case. So we had to work that thing out, man. We took time out. We fasted.
Oh, that's good.
Just to do that, we do some
naked juice.
Naked juice and chicken broth. Those
for the fast.
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't had
reading that word, and chicken broth.
The emotional
like chicken broth.
Real.
Oh, we was real about this thing to make sure that this was real. Yeah. We did like a week. we didn't even talk to each other right then and there. We just
It was to pray. You pray, I pray,
and watching reading the word.
Wow.
I think we kind of went through that a little bit. I mean, you remember we had like that 48-hour breakup when you were ready to get engaged and I wasn't.
Oh yeah.
That was hard.
Let's hear about that.
Yeah, that was
Tell us
like
about
that.
that.
But
What year was that?
So we're 26 now.
That's when we was 23.
We had to.
So
be
you
23.
proposed twice?
No.
Oh.
I was trying to count the years back. It had to be I think I was senior in college. You
Oh,
graduated
okay,
2019. It had to be 2020 or 2021. Kevin called me one day. He was like, we can't be together anymore. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, you want different things than me. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? He was ready to settle down. He was ready to get engaged. He was ready to get married. And I was just like, what? I was like, well, I guess we're just not gonna be together because I'm like, I want to marry you, but not right now. Like I wasn't ready. And when people say, "Yeah, girl, you've been together since y'all was 16," I'm like, 16-year-old Simone and 23-year-old Simone is two different people. And I said, we're not the same people that we were in high school and in our young 20s, and also the emotional side. And I knew once I made a commitment to him, it was no longer about me. It was no longer about being a daddy's girl. It was Kevin's first. Like he's my priority, and I had to understand that was take growth, spiritual growth too. And I just wasn't ready for that. And everybody was making me feel bad. Like so many people I thought were my friends were like making me feel horrible for not choosing to get engaged with Kevin because at the school I went to, it was a thing to get engaged young. So I had to deal with that. That was hard for me. I had to pray a lot and like make sure I heard God saying like, "You're good. He's the one for you." But I also had a hard time getting my feelings confused with God and like what I wanted, like some selfishness. So I had to like uncloud.
But is there ever a time for you? Is there a perfect time to get married?
I don't think so. I think that it's when y'all both are ready and y'all both are ready to commit and make the covenant, in front of God. But you have to be. I think some people do rush into it, and I think that you were very strong to say like, I know that I'm not ready, and that can affect my marriage if I decide to go into it. So preparing yourself in your heart and your mind for it, like that's super mature. Because people get into it and then they can't handle it and then they mess up what God put together.
That's true. And we're also in the middle of a pandemic and
school. You didn't even
I had to pack. Yeah, I just had so much going on emotionally and spiritually. I was just like, I don't even think I can give you.
Selfish now.
You didn't feel like that then.
I feel selfish.
Not then, but we worked through it. I think it was like 48 hours. And then you remember my mom would text you.
Oh man, it was bad. I mean, they texted me like she put all my clothes outside her room. Then next morning or whatever. And then her mom texted me, sent a picture. Like, when I was in high school, said, she was like, Kevin, she sent something.
Sending Bible verses and everything.
And then the dad said, this guy wrote her dad, Mr. Eric. He got to me, he said, hey, how's ministry doing? Just trying to have a casual conversation.
So they were so confused. Everybody,
they was like, you ain't going nowhere. This is just
And I remember I was talking with my friend. So I lived with my friend Sparks, and he was telling me, he was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Are you sure you're going to do this?" And he was one of my closest friends in Mississippi, and I was like, and I said I was, but I knew I wasn't. And he woke up the next morning too. He was like, "Bro," he was like, "You're going to get back with her," and I was like. I was trying to ignore it, but that was just Satan like trying to divide. I think at that time, he was trying to say I think I'd struggle with like control sometimes, and he wanted to control, and I have to like sometimes let go. So, and in that moment when I let go, I was like, okay, you need to trust the Lord.
Yeah, and I had to be careful who I told because. Honey, some females,
they was waiting for you to go.
They was like, oh, I knew they wasn't gonna last. Oh, I knew Kevin wasn't the one. They was happy. They was like, girl, you can go to the club. You can find somebody else. I was like, so you really wasn't real for us to begin with. So when we get back together, you cut off. You're not invited to the wedding because what friend does that? Who gets excited to see a a long relationship.
Well, somebody that's miserable.
End, you know?
Somebody that's miserable that
Mhm.
just want to see you fail. They don't want to see a good thing succeed.
Yeah.
You know, we walk this thing out in flesh and blood, and people are watching. You are walking testimony and whatever you do, especially when you are a self-proclaimed Christian. You go around talking about it. So they're watching. They're like, oh, okay, hey Christian.
They waiting for every
They gonna
opportunity.
you gonna slip up, fall, something.
Yeah.
And they just wait, and then you just keep doing what you're doing. It ain't happened yet. It ain't gonna happen. So stay strong in that.
48 hours later, who called who and how did y'all fix it?
I called her. Didn't I? I called you.
Yeah, but I was texting you stuff about COVID, telling you to wear your mask and sending you things like that. And I think I said something to you. I was like,
Oh, I remember now. You did. You kept you texting me back and forth like long messages.
yeah, about COVID, but I really wasn't texting him. I was just trying to like,
Yeah.
are you for real? And he was like, he stopped texting me. I was like, dang, you really dumb? I'm like, what? Dang, I never been dumb like this. Like, what? When they tell you why you break up, why I break up? Oh, I wasn't ready for marriage. I got that. That was all right. I gotta have a better story. Like,
But it was mutual though. We called and we just talked over the phone.
oh, we got
talked
got back together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just picked up.
Yeah.
It was just like, yeah, you was acting dumb. That was crazy.
I was acting dumb. But we picked up and we just ran with it.
So when did y'all actually get engaged?
It was October 31st, October 31st to 30th. It was one of them days.
One of them days.
On 2020.
It was right before takeoff in front of Migos. Rest in peace.
Yeah, it was a week before
takeoff. Last year.
So it was
last
2 years after the conversation.
Yep. He proposed last year, 2022. No, 2023. October 30th.
No, we in 23. We ain't in 24 yet.
Oh, 2022. Yes, that's right.
Okay, so tell us about the.
How that went? I seen it on the media of social.
I can tell my part, and then you can connect the dots. So I remember that. I remember that week. I always wear like protective style. I love my natural hair, but I protect my hair and I wear different wigs and stuff. And that particular week, I needed to get my hair done. And my dad was like, "Are you gonna get your hair done?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna wait." He was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna wait." I was like, I'm gonna wait to get my hair done. I was like, I'm good. My braids need to stay in a little more. And I'm gonna wait. He's like, okay. And he was just like, he was just acting a little strange, but I didn't have no idea about a proposal. And that particular week, women, I was the lady with the issue of blood. So I was already feeling down. And I had on, I had on the shirt y'all gave me, the black and white Christmas shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I had that on when he proposed. So I put that shirt on, some black pants, and I went to church. I wasn't feeling good. And then we got in the car, and you said you was taking me somewhere. And I was just really out of the mood. I was like, "Okay, I'm cramping, like, you doing too much." And then he was like, Saturday before Sunday or whatever day it was, you were like, "I'm taking you to Berkmar. I want to go see the new auditorium." And I was just like, okay. Mind you, I did theater for 3 years. So I done seen everything that needs to be seen at Berkmar. I'm just like, okay, so we pull up and he's like, "Get out the car." And I'm like, "No." It's like, "Kevin, I'm cramping." He was like, "I want you to see a new building." I said, "Kevin."
And mine is everybody's inside waiting. So I'm getting a lot of phone calls, text messages.
Where y'all at?
Where you at?
Yeah.
Where you at?
And I'm cramping, so I'm laying on the side. I'm just like, "Kevin, leave me alone." I'm like, "No, I don't feel good." He's like, "Come on, man, it's a new auditorium." I said, "Kevin, I took theater for 3 years. Like, I don't want to see this theater. You can go in, take pictures, come back, show me. I promise you I act surprised." And then he started like getting like a little rowdy, like emotionally rowdy, not like angry, but like he's emotional. I said, "What is wrong with you?" He was like, "Cuz Simone, it's like I do so much for you, and I'm just asking for this one favor." And I'm like, "Kevin, it is a theater, like
playing hard to get again."
No, because I'm just like, why are you stressing about a theater? I was just like, okay, I finally decided to get out of the car, and I'm walking in the building. Like, I'm running my mouth.
It was a good, she was in there for a while.
I'm running my mouth. I can't believe you got me walking down. I'm talking about my pad and everything, my medicine, just running my mouth. And I cut the corner, and I see our prom picture. in front of the locker. And I see rose petal. I'm like, and I just started boo crying. And everybody there, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just talking all this crap. And I was loud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, how that crow taste.
I just started boo crying. I was like, what? And then like family and friends were there. Everybody was surrounded, and it was in front of the locker that was next to the classroom junior year when he used to cheat off my paper in physics and all that. That classroom.
Mr. Heward and his class was still there. Still there.
Yep. High school sweethearts.
10 years.
Yep.
Look at that.
I was like, man, why I had to be so stubborn all those days? Like it's like a consistent pattern. I always get. You ask me, I get.
I hope you ain't stubborn on our wedding day.
No, I'm not gonna be stubborn on it.
Yeah, don't give me
Yeah,
a hard time.
that day. It should be as smooth as.
Nah, it will. And everybody was like, Kevin, why didn't you tell her that you was doing something for God? Or you was doing like a speech for the kids? She would have got out of the car fast. I was like, yeah, I would have hopped out. But the theater, I was like, I don't want to see my old theater room.
So now that you guys are engaged, because obviously you've seen all that, you had no choice but to say yes and crying all and snot. Did she get some snot on you at all with that?
She did.
I was boo-hoo crying. I was the one.
I had to wipe the tear.
Yeah, I was the one. I said, if I get proposed to, I ain't gonna be doing all that.
Gotcha.
He got me good. He got me real good.
Yeah.
I cried like a baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gotcha.
I did a.
Oh, you had a little jerk.
Yeah.
She tried to hold it. She didn't want to. She don't like to show that side to other people.
So, man, he got me good. He got me good.
Did you have a speech?
At the engagement?
Yeah.
Or you were just like, it says it all right here.
No, I just, so when I took her, all I did was felt kind of weird though, because I was like, wow, because I didn't expect they decorate. So I had her friends put the picture frame up and decorate it. All I did was send them the money, so I was kind of surprised myself the way it looked, and I was like, wow. And then I looked, and then went down the road. I didn't actually like go down the rose petals. I didn't do the whole romance thing. We just went to the middle, and then I just got down on the knee. And then I asked her a question. Open the box. And then she was like,
I was like, ministry paper.
Wow. Yeah, she was like surprised. She was like, whoa. She didn't like it was dramatic.
God is Jehovah Jireh.
Yeah, I said, go ahead, ministry.
Yeah. Oh. And then she said, yeah. She said, yeah. So.
And I remember my brother being in the back like, say hater.
A little airy behavior.
He's funny. He just sent me an airy though. Because he swear we just so green. He like, y'all so green.
That is beautiful. It's beautiful. Be that.
But he loves us though. That's just him. Like, just like that moments. I'm just like, there go to the Rudy. There you go.
Now that y'all got engaged, what is the most, I guess, fun thing or exciting thing that you're looking forward in marriage?
Oh, so I want to hear yours.
Always having a best friend, like always. Like you have your friends, you have your homies, you have your girlfriend, you have your family, but having that one person that just know you, like all of you, like the weird you, all the sides of you, and then you're down for whatever. You're like, you want to? Yeah, why not? You know, that part is exciting. I'm looking forward to that. And new experiences.
Traveling.
Yeah, but just like the friend part. Like I feel like in our relationship, I always talk about like friends, having friends, not having friends, but he's always been the most consistent. I'm like, if I don't got nobody else, I got Kevin, so it don't matter. So that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be a cool part, yeah.
Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay. I think I'm excited to what it's gonna be like actually living with her. What is it going to like? Wake up, I'm gonna see the same. I'm gonna look up and be like, "That's my wife." Like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
It's a beautiful thing. I wake up.
It's a weird feeling, I guess. Like after it's like official, then you're like, you gotta say it. Like that's my wife, that's my husband. And you're like, wow,
yeah, I gotta get used to that. Oh, I know what you excited for.
What?
You're wearing the ring. band.
Yeah.
You
Everywhere I go,
that, yeah.
everywhere I go, I'm just gonna be like this. Like not even like I'm just gonna be like I'm just gonna be.
You gonna be working with the girls.
Yeah, you excited.
Let me tell you what they did.
When I'm working out, when I'm working out, I'm low key gonna flex. Like I'm gonna be feeling confident, a little bit more confident when I'm working out and stuff.
That's true.
But like living with you though, I would say living with you, waking up, just doing life because we've been long distance forever. So what is it gonna look like to actually just be with you and I
every day?
And then right now I just hate driving to Griffin, Georgia. I live an hour away from her, so I always drive.
Hours and change, actually.
Yeah.
Hours and change.
The driving is tough right now.
Have y'all talked about where you guys would settle?
We've been talking.
I'm flexible. I said wherever I'm flexible because he been so flexible. I feel like we have our seasons. Like when we in college, I was like your support for the football games and everything, and now you're supporting me in the business. I feel like you're giving so much. I'm like, let's think about your ministry and what you do. With what I do, I can be flexible. So why make that a headache for him? Yeah. So
What's that?
just no cats. I don't live with cats.
Praise God. I'm with y'all on
You
that.
like cats?
I was attacked.
Oh, you like cats?
I had a cat. Well, I had a cat and a dog when I grew up. But yeah.
I don't do cats.
Yeah, right now where he lives, he wants to stay in the apartments, but it's like 5 cats across from him. I said, imagine living in an uncomfortable situation.
Let me
She
tell
better
you,
tell you something.
Sean had this apartment
with cats.
and the lady across the street, across the hall,
across the hall,
had a billion cats. And you could smell it.
Listen to me.
It was so bad.
She would put the food out in front of her door. The food is out there. Not only did you have cats that was in the apartment complex coming up eating, you had raccoons coming up. I promise you, I got in from work. No, I was going to work, and I was going down the steps, and there was a raccoon down there. And literally, it's like we made eye contact. He gave me a head nod.
You like, yeah,
gave me a little head. Yeah, like a little head nod. Then he scurried off. He scurried off.
He said, "I'll be back."
Yeah, I've seen him come up because the way the apartment was, like you can come up from the back steps up that way and the front, so you can we can go down. So I've seen them where they were like literally took like some handfuls and just all right, they dipped and left.
It was like you could smell it, like going.
It was
waiting for him to open the door. Like
I don't know if this lady is still is alive or not, or what they say now. Like I don't know. She didn't unalive herself or whatever. Whatever they want to say. But the times I left out that apartment and she had her dog, she was a very nice lady. But you can tell from the car, that car was hoarder.
Yeah.
It was like hoarder stuff with newspapers and all that stuff in there. And then the times I would catch some glimpses in there, it was like that too. And I saw this big furry cat just scramble across.
They were spraying the apartment too, because you could smell the.
They used to do health checks on that lady. They did health checks, and man, it was bad. But she was so nice. She really was. But good look.
She loved them cats.
I never seen her, but I was like,
no.
Oh, you would have ran. You would have never.
I would stayed in the house. I was like, can you make pick a bed ride? You were last time I jumped in your bed.
You scared of cats?
She got attacked by her cats.
So I have like I have to go to like cat therapy or something. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
So y'all have a wedding date?
August 3rd.
August 3rd, 2024.
Not in itself.
Yeah.
Planning a wedding date and a wedding.
That's gonna be approaching pretty fast.
Oh, we already had conversation about what we did.
Yeah.
That was the ultimate go with the flow.
Yeah.
It was the ultimate go with the flow. So y'all got to do what's best for you two. Granted, I know family's gonna be, well, you got to do this. Hey, once it's over with, it's just you and her.
Yeah. We still got to do counseling too.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
So do y'all attend the same church or y'all go to two separate?
We go to the same. We
go to the same church, and he also go to churches in Gwinnett, where he does his ministry with.
Yeah.
But he really wants me to pack up my bags, leave old good Bethsaida and go follow
Because
him.
she did her share duty at that church, okay? The church is getting older. It's getting a lot older. A lot of people in your church, just life happened, right? What are you saying? They just moved out the area.
Yeah.
I just like the church that I'm starting to go to a lot more, just because I have friends there.
Well, I mean, it's a real conversation though, because
Yeah, I was gonna say we got friends. Well,
Yeah.
but we have powerful man and woman of God that they just recently got married earlier this year. And she was going to her church, and the guy that we know, he goes to the church we go to now, and she was heavily involved over there. Like it was her family, literally her family, and she made I guess it was a tough decision, because that's your family in that church. Once you have a church family, you build relationships, all that stuff.
Yeah,
But that don't mean it stopped. Now during the dating part of it, he would go there. She would come here, go there back and forth. But once they got married,
gotta make a
decision needed to be made. So she, not saying it's what you gotta do,
Right.
Simone, but I'm just hitting it can be done.
That's emotional, man.
But you know what?
It's
Here's the
also
thing, here's the-
important though,
here's
because
the
y'all
thing.
need to be together
Together
and
on what?
work together.
So not only does she still, she still has a family over there. It's not like she can't go over there and see them.
Right.
But the way, like the church that we all attend, accept her in, you just got more family now.
Yeah.
Literally, like she come in and she's serving. She like hopped in, like, all right. I said, my guy and my girl, she good. I love it. I love it. So it's those things you gotta have conversation. But have a conversation. Just don't wait till the end.
I'm
It's
not
just
gonna
like
stop. I'm not gonna stop going to Bethsaida. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say cut it off, but we can still go when we want to go. Like Pastor's anniversary, we still go past the anniversary.
Man,
y'all got time.
easy.
Yeah, got time.
It's just like, but
Pray about it,
but you got
it's a real thing.
These
It's
are
a real thing,
conversations.
yeah.
It's just like people that they don't talk about not do they want kids or not. They get married. And, we don't have
Now
kids.
we want to talk
like,
about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
Like,
it's like,
yeah.
You in the marriage.
Right.
No, I didn't want kids. What? I thought
That's crazy.
I thought it was good with one kid. No, I never wanted them. So now you're like, oh shoot. But you gotta have all these type of conversations prior to that.
Yeah.
You don't really want, some crazy surprise or whatever. Like, yeah, I do want kids.
Yeah.
You
I had
don't
to
also
learn
want to
that too.
bring nothing into the marriage, right? Like just conversation, communication is everything. Even if you have to talk about it over and over till y'all come through it.
Yeah, that's one of my strengths, communications.
That's my weakness.
Yeah, I communicate. I'm like, but one of my weaknesses, I think I'm a lot better, was like letting Kevin lead. Not letting him lead as if like he's the man, I'm the woman, not like that, but just the trust part of like, it's okay, Simone, if you have to leave your home church. It's okay, follow Kevin. It's okay, hyphenate your name, right?
Yeah.
Change your name, right?
So things like that, because I always tell people I'm not the type of woman where I'm like lead. That's too exhausting. I feel like with having a business, I always have to be like the go-to person. I feel like in marriage and at home, I don't want to do all that. You can do that. You can have word draws, opinions, whatever you want to call it. You can do all of that. I just want to just chill, let you take the lead. But some things I still do struggle with though.
Yeah. So
Goldie is here, y'all. She's back from the casino.
I can feel that though. I think it was hard for me because I grew up and was taught to be very independent. So
Now you can talk about it as you go.
So I remember my mom telling me like when we first got married and I was moving to Texas, right? So I didn't have a job. And she was like, you're gonna have to let him be your husband.
Oh, not somebody.
And I was like, she was like, you gotta let Sean take care of you. And I was like, Okay.
Take care of me. What you mean? Like,
Okay.
just sit back and let him do everything.
No, but trust the process because like I said, independent. Like, so I went hard. I'm gonna find me a job. I'm gonna take care of myself. I don't need nobody to do nothing for me. So like, I got what she was saying. Like, that's your husband. You know, he's there to support you. So let him be there for you while you are looking.
And this
right?
is gold. This is
Yes.
gold. Okay.
So I had to like, all right, die to my ego and just let it rise. Just have faith that everything was gonna work itself out, and it did. We didn't want for nothing.
Man, it was an amazing experience.
We wanted for nothing.
Like right before she moved, I had got like this raise that really helped floated us like until she was able to find some work and stuff. So it was on time, like literally on time. Like it was so unexpected. Like it was like a month and a half maybe before you came. I was like, oh,
That was God.
old boss was like, oh, here's this to get you up where you at least should be right now.
It
Like
took me
about 3 months. You got it in March.
Well, to get a job, yeah. Well,
There
I got
you got offered at one
offered a
place.
job and I declined it. So that was a whole nother story. But
Yeah.
so all in all, like in marriage, anyway, you have to die to self every day. And it's a process. It's a process, right? My whole thing is like, you know, pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
Well, we had the conversation other day about, we always use the example because it's a real example, however very small, but it's a real example. People get an argument over how the tissue should be on the roll, whether you pull from the top or from the bottom. We don't care.
Yeah, we don't either.
It's not. I tell myself every time. So like, no matter what, you live with somebody and they're the opposite. They're probably the opposite of you or very different from you, right? So you gotta learn to adjust to live with that person, right? You like things one way, they like things the other way. So there's guaranteed something that's gonna get on your nerves, right? Like, just put it out there. And so you gotta tell yourself, like, is this even worth the conversation? Like, does it bother me that bad? Or can I like pick it up and move it? Right? Like, so, you know, I know this, I forget who it was, but they were like, oh, he leaves his drawer, like he leaves his drawers in the middle of the floor all the time. And it's like annoying. And it's like, okay, you can have the conversation, but like, it's not legit. Like, if he keeps doing it, just pick him up and put him in his. Like, it's not that serious. Yeah, it's not that serious.
It just happened. That's what that, as you say, you look forward to, living with him. There's gonna be habits. It was a very smooth, at least in my opinion. I guess for us to just start living together, there was no weird stuff. She wanted to do whatever. We both kind of somewhat easygoing with stuff. Nobody has ego. Well, no, you need to I set it up that way. So, as you've seen in the house and stuff, do you? Yeah. Till she starts spending a little much time. Now, hold on now.
Then I just have to remind them that I'm CFO. I know how much I can spend.
Thank you. I second that.
But then, that's something else we would advise.
The finance.
The finances. You
talk
We
about
were just talking about that this morning.
Yeah.
I told her I'm good at budgeting. I'm good at staying with the budget. But I'm
good at division. You remember if you switch roles, I see the map. I see everything. Yeah. This is the goal. And he's like, okay, let's start here. And I'm like, all right, I guess we start here. But I want to get to here. And he's like, okay, these are the steps that we need to take to get from A.
If we're gonna stay disciplined.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm good. Yeah. That's the thing. You have to do this. And like, she got a spreadsheet. We got everything listed out because
that's so spreadsheet. That's
when we first, got married and stuff. She was like, "Do you mind if I do the bills?" Now we've talked about this before, but again, I was like, "Oh, I'm paying minimum payment on this. I want to have a little extra money or something." But now I already had the extra money, but I'm just paying minimum on because like, I'm gonna pay this now. What if I need to? This before we had emergency fund, all this stuff. But I said, what if I need to buy a tire or something? Because I still had the mentality of how I grew up when it came to finances and stuff. So if I needed a new tire or needed a tire, I wouldn't go buy a new one. I just go buy a used one. When then, I'm not knocking that thing, but I know better now. If I'm going to buy a new tire, at the very least, buy 2 new tires. The tire place could tell you that and replace the one on the back and then like that.
Yeah.
So, learning that, but she'd be like, "Oh, we got it. Just pay it off." I'm like, "Well, I don't have no money.
That's how you.
I don't have no money." But
Get it out of here.
just
And
be
we'll
done
have the
with
money later.
it. And just be done with it.
Yeah.
Then you ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
And that was something I got used to. Again, it wasn't like, "No, we got to do it this way." No, it was handled, completely done. It was just easy.
He thought I was crazy at first.
Because that wasn't how I was doing it. I paid my bills and stuff. I don't pay a bill. Now I pay them at work. I don't even really want to be doing them at work.
No.
Like the job bills and stuff. They be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like I'm not in accounting, but they know how I am. I'm like, I don't do this. I don't usually do this. I don't. I be thinking like,
you be giving it to somebody else, huh? You probably be emailing people.
No, I handle it. I have to do it. It's part of my job now, But
right.
But I'll be like, well, if I be knowing all these passwords and stuff, if something was to happen, I know where to get them and stuff. But
I wrote it down in the book for you.
I'm like, good Lord.
That's how you are. You the organized person. I'm the attention to detail.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm bad.
You such a rule follower in the detail. I'm like, Kevin, that's what the fine print says, because you can do all the spreadsheets and all the passwords and all of that. I just know we need to get from A to Z. That's it.
Just lean on each other's strengths.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And that's how when you put that together, that's what creates that strong bond. Because we're basically when you're single, you just kind of wide open in a sense. Your weaknesses are out there. But in your marriage, once you put them together, look, that's just oneness right there. There's no weakness.
And no
it's
shame.
just straight strength.
And there's no shame.
No, you shouldn't.
Like with other people, you can feel like shame for your mistakes and things. I'm not saying like you're God or anything, but when you have a partner that just loves you for who you are and just willing to just ride it out, it's just like, hey, you messed up, or it is what it is.
Do it together, yeah.
And you can feel comfortable telling them like, oh, I just made a stupid decision, or I did this, or I don't know if you're gonna like this, but
that's your best. That's where that best friend come in.
Yeah,
should be able to talk about those things. So again, with finances, we operate in one account and stuff like that. I know certain people do separate. Again, we say.
When you say one account, you mean like when you get paid, she get paid, it goes to that account. Okay, so you don't have an account, she don't have an account.
There ain't no secret accounts. In other words, like even though we have our own account, like our spending money account, that's ours. He don't have a card to my spending account, but
like you have your own debit card.
He's on the account, right? He can see the money in the account. I just have the debit card.
Oh,
so like,
I get what you're saying.
Like when we get paid, we say, "Here's our allowance."
We got buckets.
Yeah, here's your allowance. Here's my allowance, and you spend it however you want to spend it.
Okay.
But I can see his, and he can see mine. Right? There's no secret. There's no secret account. There's none of that.
Okay.
I like that.
But again, unintended. What I'm about to say, this works for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So getting on the same page about that. Once you do that, it's just smooth sailing. It's really easy. But
that's also accountability too, because I remember y'all was trying to get out of debt too. So it's kind of like, oh, you can't be overspending. We have to use this money.
I feel like it creates secrets. Like you always wondering what the other person got in a bank account. Like I always pay for dinner. What you got in your bank account? Why is y'all? I always pay if y'all money is together. If y'all a couple, y'all one.
Weird if I have to be like, hey, can I get $20?
Right.
They do. It sounds
like as a man.
Well, not even. You shouldn't have to ask me. Like, hey, can I get $20? It's there.
Oh, like what you? I wonder what he like. I hear so many things like, oh, I brought my husband a car. Okay, so are you paying the car note?
Right now, don't you buy me no car unless it's paid off. Cause we paying that. That's that thing. Like,
You're like, wait a minute. What?
I know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know it's
Right.
God if you do it. I'm like, don't you bring that in here?
Well,
We gotta pay. What is the note on that?
We have a rule, like we're not buying no big old expensive thing without the other.
Yeah.
Like that's not even.
So how do y'all
Yeah.
do gifts for each other? Like if you see,
So that's where that account comes from, right?
just
Although
take the
he
cash,
can,
you just get the cash and go buy the
So
gift.
although
She can
he
see the
can-
story, right?
although he can see it, we not checking each other's. Like I don't
Well,
be like,
so-
oh, when he go spend his allowance, I don't
Yeah.
care.
Okay.
Right.
I
So-
So I don't.
So it's just like, I got it kind of somewhat made for the allowance that I have. I don't have to spend it that much because I have food at my job and stuff. So I get to save up a little bit. So when, cause I like, man, I don't like to see a lot of money come out the account at one time. So once I get a little bit going, then I'm like, swipe now we
Okay.
good.
I on the other
Fruit.
hand, I spend my allowance.
Same.
If I want, I might buy. So I might, if I want to buy something for the house and I don't want to spend like our
Spending.
spending account on it, I'll be like, oh, I'll just take the $50 on my account and buy it because I really want it, but it's not a necessity.
Yeah.
But if I want something online, I'm like, look, I need to go to Amazon and all this. I know.
One click
I know.
away.
Mhm.
But I think for us, like we don't really check, so we could buy each other gifts if we wanted to. We're terrible at it. So.
Yeah, when it comes to that, because we'll get it throughout the year, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like if you're, I'm buying it. Like this Christmas was the first one, and that we got
Got that
nah.
blanket.
Yeah, she was there.
But I asked.
She asked for it.
See, I feel like Kevin, if we had allowance, I feel like I would spend my allowance and he would have 4 months of allowance saved up. And I'd be like,
That's him.
can
I spend it.
Kevin get some? He like, no, bro.
Hey,
And then you go
Like, you're not even using
I spend
it.
I spend mine.
I would spend mine every month.
and he got a couple $100 in there. I guess I don't.
Yeah.
bro. I think the most I got it up to is about 6 or 7 one time.
What?
Oh yeah, 'cause I was stacking.
Yeah.
All that.
That's
And
something you,
And I like, I
have
don't
a
care.
savings. You have a savings emergency fund. Spend the money. Like,
But that account is just for us, like what we want to do for our
yeah,
friends.
that's what I'm saying.
We
Yeah.
have an actual like
But Kevin
other
spend
spending
it,
account
I
that we
probably
spend like if we're out together doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Other account is used now.
I'll probably use that money for like a trip for us, or I'll probably just go buy a system. Like
No,
That's
you would
really
save
good.
it up. Yeah, buy a system,
Yeah.
but you would save from January all
Yeah.
the way down to November.
I finally saved up, some enough for that. Because again, it was a compromise. So I said, all right, we're gonna get this, but I'm gonna spend half my money
Yeah.
for it, so we don't deplete this or whatever the case. Again, it was talked about. It just wasn't nothing too crazy. So I would suggest, those type of conversations to be had.
You know how to say no. He like, no. He do when it's a real no. He be like, your body language. You be like, no. First you be like, no, Simone. I'm like, can we? And there was a big no. He like, no. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. He like, no,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Then when he do the hand,
yes,
when he do
no,
this,
no.
he's
That's
like,
okay.
no.
Yes, yes. No, no.
I'm like, all right, man, whatever. He like, see, now you gonna have attitude. I'm like, I don't have attitude. I'm just
Power
saying.
of discipline.
Exactly.
Power of discipline.
But this is why we say these things are so important to talk
Mhm.
about. That makes it easier within your marriage to have these conversations, because you got people that's just stuck on self all the time. Something that we learned at church is that self, and we talked about it in a previous video, but self will destroy the mission.
Mm.
And if you know your mission is to go to this common goal, and then self get involved. You play sports when you got that one person out there trying to look out for them.
The whole team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So y'all got a place that y'all want to go for your honeymoon, or y'all gonna have a honeymoon, or what?
So now, after coming to San Antonio, we had a destination, but Kevin brought a good idea the other day. He was like, how about we just go to different states and travel different states? So I think
You go to a few states.
like 4 or 5 states that we want to go to, and just do like 1 day or 2, depending on how the flights work. So
I mean,
That's
we do
pretty
that.
cool.
We our goal was before the pandemic was to do like 1 year in state. So we go to a state that we haven't been to. And then the next year we go out of the country.
That's good.
And travel that way. But we've gone like to Tennessee, we've gone to Utah, like
It's so many nice things.
that you wouldn't even think about. And we had a great time.
Let me tell you about Utah. That same way you just said it.
It's underrated.
Yes, the same way you just said it. You're like,
time.
we tell people, yeah, we're going to Utah. They're like, Utah? It is
nice.
very beautiful there. Just to go out there and experience God's
We
creation,
took
man.
pictures on the mountain top
Yeah.
with all the
What part?
snow.
We
what was it?
Park City.
Yeah.
Park City, Utah.
Oh, y'all went with Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed the picture. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
We usually travel.
We always usually travel together. By
Uh-huh.
far the best vacation.
Well, Tennessee was fun too.
It was
yeah.
fun.
Tennessee.
It was just quick. That was that's it. Very, very quick.
Like this trip was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, the vacation we all took. This is the only kid that was around at that time was Kylie.
Wow.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah,
we-
run
we-
that back. Yeah, run that back.
I've been trying to run it back for almost 7 years.
Stay trying to make it.
What's y'all's next vacation?
Cabos.
Yeah, Cabo.
Oh, Cabo. It's just y'all two, and is it?
No, the whole
whole
group
family.
that was here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
what's
and the
up.
kids that we go to. Oh, that's
Yeah.
some good memories.
Yeah, we was.
I mean, we can fly here and babysit if y'all want us to.
Don't
Oh,
tell
he
me.
like,
Well,
yeah.
I'd be like, hey, these dates, y'all be here.
Nah, I honestly would do that though. We know, make sure we stretch. We got to be on the trampoline
every day.
Every day. Get beat up every day.
Well, that's what, when we went to Cancun that time, my mom and my mother-in-law was here with Kylie, so we went down and had a good time. Godson was in the womb at the time, so JJ, he was in the womb when we went. So technically, he been there.
That was a good vacation.
Mm.
If you do go out of the country, go to an all-inclusive resort. I mean, you can't, because you spend a lot of money like on food, and you like to eat, so y'all too much money on
We
food.
need all this. That we have to have inclusive. That's a must.
Aruba is beautiful too. So
Yeah, Aruba.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you
It's
get
not all
excited
inclusive,
too.
but
it wasn't all inclusive, but where the hotel was, it was like right across the street from all the restaurants, so you didn't have to get in.
So you're in the little tourist.
Yeah,
part
you
of
didn't
it,
really
so.
have to get in the cab to do nothing. You could walk up and down the strip. We did go downtown one night, but
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, you get excited.
You said it was weird.
yeah, because they had
Well,
like the blackface.
Yeah, it was like because we went down off season in that November of 2014, and they have like a Dutch.
This is a Aruba,
Haitian,
right?
yeah, it's a weird Spanish type dialect that they have
Well,
there.
and everybody has blackface, right?
It was a blackface thing with something with Santa, going into the holiday. Yeah, it was. And then you can just hear that. I got recorded on one of my phones here.
What is happening right now?
Oh, we didn't get abducted.
Right.
But that
That
restaurant.
restaurant.
Oh, I'm lamb chop. I don't even want to get into it.
Nothing.
I know people that went to Aruba and they said they passed the McDonald's and the ice cream machine was working. It was like, what? In America, they don't never work. They always say that they work in Aruba. I said, okay, McDonald's.
And the weather is.
Yeah, it was very nice. Oh yeah, it was very good.
We
Very
went
good.
snorkeling, but we don't talk about that.
Nice.
Oh man.
So y'all talked about obviously y'all had told us, but other people who have the opportunity now. How many kids?
Just
Two.
Just two.
Two we threw one, but then the one single child, but two.
Nah, we got
Lord knows.
Two we threw.
Two we threw. That's it. Nah, that's
boy
it.
and a girl.
Yeah, boy and a girl.
I had dreams and aspirations of that. First one.
You get what they say
Yeah.
in the little kitty class. You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Yeah. First one, just happy to be pregnant. Didn't care. Just praise God, we got one.
Mm-hmm.
Once we found out the girl, I was okay. Absolutely, I want the next one to be a boy. Well, obviously, somebody else's prayer superseded mine.
Oh, so that's what.
Oh,
You never had a sister, so I wanted a sister. Like,
And she wanted two sisters.
so I wasn't like.
I guess it ain't too different because my mom.
You had brothers though.
I have one brother and I have a sister on my dad's side.
See, worked out. It's your sister.
However, growing up in the house with my mom, it was just me and Limo, my brother. So, so we were like, well, I guess I had to do the opposite.
I have a brother, so.
So Mama had 2 boys, I only had 2 girls, or maybe they.
There's nothing like I feel like there's nothing like a bond between like 2 brothers or like 2 sisters. Like it's a different kind of bond than you have with like a brother and a sister kind of
That's true.
thing. Like y'all could be like the best of friends, but it's still a different kind of bond than what you would do with your brother or your, if you have.
Well, and I look forward to seeing that and I see it now, but just as they grow and mature, I look forward to seeing their relationship.
They're gonna be close.
Right, but
Close.
love each other, yeah.
Kenny gonna be the fighter.
She gonna be protected too of Kyrie.
Listen.
That's what my sister.
Kennedy they call her the thug at church, but she really is a sweetheart too. But I do believe, just like you said, like if you cross that line with Kennedy, God help you.
Yeah, she a tough nail. Because Kevin was like, "Did I hurt you?" She was like, "No." Kevin was like, "Whoa, she is tough."
Yeah.
Because Kevin just knew he was a little too aggressive. I was like, "No, it's Kenny."
Kenny rough. That's our rough one.
If Kenny cried, that's when you know. For me, it's like, oh man,
She
she cried.
she tired or
tired.
She really
or
got
she
hurt.
like, oh, it might feel. And next thing you know, she going on about her business.
Yeah, she
She falls. It
is a dramatic scene.
It's
Somebody
theater.
needs to bring.
Just need to get her.
Just bring the Oscar out now. Granted, she might be hurt for real, but still bring that Oscar out because it's the most dramatic crier.
And Kenny don't make it no better sometimes because she was like, "What? I didn't even do anything." I'm like, "No, but you got."
It was that.
She loved that word.
I think that's a catch-all be all.
Right.
What did you have?
Let me see. Let me pull out my
So just 2 kids. Hopefully a boy and a girl. Honestly, it doesn't matter.
Names? Y'all had any names? Y'all thought about names in there?
I had a name, but that's
do you want a junior?
You want a third.
I want a third.
Oh, you are a junior, so you want a third. Okay.
You want a third.
Are you in agreement with that?
That's fine. That's an easy nickname. 3. That's like
Yeah, I was gonna say your football jersey number was 3.
Well, that's probably a sign.
That's my favorite number. I mean, I was born the 3rd month.
It is.
No, that does not mean 3 kids. No.
No.
Like the third, like.
Oh yeah.
We just talk about.
Like, listen, I understand Walmart was 24/7. I'm shutting it down, baby. That's it. But no, that'd be cool. He'd be called 3.
I don't know.
Nickname 3.
So do y'all who's gonna get the snip? Do y'all believe in that? Snip.
Nobody's sniffing.
Nobody's snipping that. We're gonna let God be God.
Oh yeah, we trying to figure out. Okay, how we don't have how we make sure we don't have
You track, I guess. And that's not guaranteed.
You gonna need your spreadsheet. Have you a spreadsheet?
You better get one of them apps.
We do not want to go from A to Z on that.
Well, I thought girls, you have like an app though.
You could get app. Listen, nothing's 100%. You could get a birth control and still ain't 100%.
You've had people get
if God wants,
stuff.
if God wants you to have another kid, you're gonna have another kid. So just let him know what your desires of your heart is, and hopefully it'll work out that way.
Hey,
that's birth control. I mean, you can get on that too.
Now you got some just vision there.
Now,
Right
so do you have like some people are like, okay, after we're married 3 years, we'll have babies. Do y'all have a plan, or is it just like it is what it is?
I think we just said at least 1 year.
Yeah.
At least 6 months of enjoying the marriage, and it don't matter to me. I'm cool.
I would say at least 1 year.
Yeah.
For just to spend time.
But he want to knock them out back to back. He want to be like, bloop,
yeah,
bloop, like 11 months apart or something. I'm like, oh.
Well, he on the Irish twins, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
You say that now until you don't get no sleep. And then you're like, we could probably wait a year. I think I would okay with a year.
I'm telling you now, those two are 2 years apart.
2 years
And
is good though. 2 years is
it
good.
is. But you gotta also take into account that you're also getting older.
Mhm.
Because I was like, oh, I was right before I turned 35, Kennedy came along, and then right before I turned 37, Kennedy came along. Well, things changed within those 2 years.
Mhm.
Now with Kyle, I'm like, all right, I can get on now. Yeah, let's do it. Ken, I was so tired.
Yeah, you was tired.
That didn't bother me as much. I think what was hard for me was, and I think most people, like when you're pregnant the first time, you don't have no kids, right? So you could sleep and relax and do all the things, right? But when you have a child and you're pregnant and the child is a small child, so they still want to be held, they still want to, be babied, and you pregnant, and you big, that was hard, right? Like Kylie still wanted to be picked up, and I was like, girl, I'm heavy, you heavy.
We gotta feed her and too.
So that part, especially as I got further along, that was probably the hardest part. It's like she was still my baby, and I have a baby.
Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah.
Part. That's true. That's a real
So
thing.
then you got two, then after they come out, you got two running around, and you're like,
you still gotta heal.
Yeah. So that was
when you look at it now, it was a very small.
I love
very small moment in time, and now they, pretty much fending for themselves a little bit.
And they have a best friend. They play together. I love that it was that close, but I ain't going front. When I was pregnant, I was like, girl, let's sit on this couch. Let's sit on this couch.
Out of breath.
Yeah.
What was the hardest when y'all had when Kylie was like out the womb? What was the hardest? Like the first 7 to 8 months.
Like, was it the sleep, changing the diapers?
No, it was the paranoia of making sure she was breathing. For me, I can tell you. For me, I'm like, okay, she's breathing, or she do. They'll do a little rapid breathing. I'm like, hold on, what's going on with that?
Oh wow.
But it's normal. Sometimes they'll have these pauses in between their breathing, so you'll see them.
All right, come on now.
There it is. Oh, okay. It's just everything.
I think you
get regulated, but after a while, you get.
I think for me, it was hyper focused on the hardest part was the transition. So, Sean's mom was here for the first year with Kylie, and so like you feel safe and secure because that's your family. And then we had to like transition to daycare, and I was like hyper focused and OCD. Like I don't know how many daycares I went to, and I was like, nope, nope, this ain't it, nope.
You just have to, and then I think the other, like you're saying, you're now trusting someone else with your child. Yeah. Where
that's stress right there.
Well, even for grandparents, they love them. You know they love them. There's nothing they would do. But at the same time, if something happens, I'd much rather it happen on my watch, not theirs. Because then I don't want to be angry at the grandparent or anything.
I think for some reason,
didn't want it to happen at all.
Like for some reason, when people become parents, they forget that their parents was parents, right? So they like things change. You don't know the rules change. You can't do this with the baby. You can't do that with the baby. Like they raised you and you fine.
Yeah, the parents are the reason why you have a child.
Right.
Like I raised you.
But it don't change how you feel inside because that's your baby. Like so, like you still like don't be sleeping in the bed with the baby. You might roll over, fall asleep, or don't go up and down the stairs with the baby. Like,
Lord knows you probably was smothered as a child. You don't never just roll.
That's so true.
Because I'm telling you something. Grandparents they are a blessing, but then they'll let them do whatever they want to. I'll give you a prime example. I'm talking to you, Mom.
Oh yeah, sure. I told that she's like, when I'm here, they do what they want to do.
Let me tell you, this morning.
What happened this morning? I was asleep.
Yeah, they got up. I didn't get ready to take her to the airport. She then gave the girl Cheeto Puffs,
Mhm.
and like a little swig of Pepsi. I said, hey, they don't eat this for breakfast.
I can hear it.
I'm about to
Yeah,
leave.
yeah.
I'm about to leave. I just
That's-
gave him a little bit.
And Kenny over there saying we had cola. Like,
Oh man.
you know,
They
damn,
don't have no
what
We
soda.
don't need
We
that.
don't even have soda in the house. We got it
And I can
for
hear now.
everybody else that we
No,
do.
but you know, she just had a little bit. I'm here when I'm gone. Take
Don't
a
worry
little
about
bit.
it.
Yeah, that's grandparents for you.
You gotta reprogram your children. They go over there and get unprogrammed and just we can do everything. No, you
That's
can't.
the beauty
But
of
as
being
a
a
kid,
grandparent.
though, that's the fun
Yeah.
part, though. You know, your grandparents around. Yeah. When your grandparents around, it's those things that you can do with mom and dad not watching. Even when you get older, it's always just gonna be a different energy with your grandparents.
I never had that.
I did.
I was always with my grandparents. So
I'm telling that moment, that soda moment for Kylie. Oh man,
She don't remember, yeah.
Yeah, my teacher let me have soda. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I know.
That's why
I
she
was
said
just
I had cola. She was like, yeah, I had cola. You can't whoop me either because grandma gave it to me.
The fabrications. They can get this work.
They got away with
One thing not too long ago I was telling Tia about is, we had the benefit of like being with our, grandparents pretty much every day.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, because both grandparents live out of state. But their memories are gonna be way different. And they're gonna always be like, oh, I remember when Grandma Mima and Grandma Gigi used to come down and visit us. We had so much fun. And that's a good memory for them. It doesn't have to be exactly like how we had it, because we were just there with them. It was just, we had fun to a certain extent. I used to get I didn't get in trouble like that, but I had my fair share of little whippings with the switch.
Oh Lord.
Thankfully, our children don't really get that. The most they get is popped, everything like
That
that.
brings up a question. What do you think your parenting styles are? Do you think that is going to be different, or do you think y'all are similar? And how you gonna parent?
I didn't think about that.
Here we go.
I think we had this conversation before. I think today he was like, I think we're gonna be cool parents. But I think we're similar in communication, like being open, like just letting them have a pen, but also drawing that line where it's like you're the child. Cause I feel like I had that with my parents. Like we was able to speak, and then they were like, okay, turn around. Pop, pop. Well, our voice was heard. I feel like that's why we are the way we are today. But I think
who's going to be the disciplinarian? Who you feel is going to be that? Who's going to be the one that's going to be like, all right, come on, it's fine, you can do this. The other one's like, nah, I told you.
If we have girls, he's gonna be disciplinary. I can tell the way he is, like with other kids, and Kylie and Kenny.
Oh yeah.
But you were nice to them though.
It's different though. They're not my kids. I feel like if I had boys, I'm gonna be very like. I think I'm gonna be like a little bit more rough around the edges, and me being around always teenagers, I catch on the tendencies really fast and understand like their mindset. So I think like I'm gonna be like a little bit more like very disciplined. I think with girls, I feel like I'm gonna be a lot more laid back.
I don't think I'm gonna be disciplined. I don't think I'm gonna be
they're
disciplined.
gonna be like, oh, daddy's girls, and they're gonna get over them.
Yeah,
they're gonna give you that smile and that hug.
I think I'm gonna be the laid back, nice one. I don't know, because I feel like I don't know.
I don't know. You never envision when you first you hold that baby and you like you ain't have a single thought that you're gonna one day be arguing with this child. That they're gonna do something that you're gonna be actually mad. Like you're gonna be livid. And you just in that moment, you don't have that thought. Like, how could this sweet little innocent baby make me mad?
It's true.
Do that. Oh, they will.
It's true.
I remember this man of God told me about his kids one time, and it was so funny. He said, bro, let me tell you, sometimes you want to. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Not that he would do that, because he wouldn't do that. I know people you don't get sensitive. But yeah, you get that angry, like, hey, sit down. Because they be doing stuff. Now, granted, he got a, how many? They left. He got like 5 or 6. They attended someone's wedding this year. that you don't see as much. All right, I try to get here.
I'm still thinking about the question. I'm really processing. I feel like you're probably gonna be that because, like, even when we have a conversation with friends and family, my mom was like, "Wait, Kevin, just hear them out. Like, they have a valid point." And you're like, "No, Simone, listen. If you want them to come and talk to you, you gotta just come into the conversation a little more relaxed.
Yeah, sometimes I don't listen. I'm like, I hear one
And
thing.
I'm like, Kevin, you're never gonna say anything if you always have that demeanor, you know. Kevin, like, hey, you better
well, that's just my personality. I get that from my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it from my dad.
I think I'm gonna be a mixture of both. I'm the person like, tell me how you feel. I want to hear how you feel. That doesn't mean you're right. That doesn't mean you're not gonna get in trouble or punishment. But
I feel like that's Sean. He's a lot more flexible with people than I am.
and it's not necessarily probably flexible, but it's always probably for me. It's I just want to see why you did that. What was your mindset? Why was you thinking?
I was asking,
like, why? What made you do this? You know, what's your reason for that?
I do that.
Yeah, that's
I do it all the time. Now, what made you? Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
For my children, yes. I'm talking about people, other people.
Oh, you just like,
yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
in my personal life, right?
Mhm.
My work life is different because I have to be in a neutral party at all times. But for my personal life, I got like this much tolerance for like stupidity. Like, you know, you adult, you know better. Why'd you do that? Like,
yeah,
I forgive you, but now I'm gonna keep you at.
That's true. That's true.
And Sean is like, well, you know, they probably didn't really mean. You gotta give them another chance.
That's me, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I mean, you don't have to stop talking to them, but you could like,
yeah. Because I feel like just with kids, it's not that I want to be the nice parent or the bad parent in the future, but I don't want the kid to ever feel like they can't tell me something, you know, or they feel like they have to keep secrets. But so the balance between discipline and creating a safe space and like merging those two together. But I still feel like,
but I also feel like you got to draw a line though. You got to draw a line like pretty like sharp, so they won't like
take advantage or
yeah. Because my parents were strict on me growing up when I was a kid, but looking back, I'm like, man, I'm so thankful they was like that. Because had they loosened up when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, when I was smelling myself.
Well, that's why you see all that. Nip that in the bud quickly.
But they loosened back though as I got older because that was already installed. Yeah, it was instilled.
And then you start to you could tell when your child makes good decisions.
Yeah, you gotta, and then you learn to parent at different ages and stuff. Like we're still going.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
So and then, especially when you got 2 kids, the same thing that worked on this one may not work on the other one.
Yeah, they have different personality. Different personality. That's true.
Kennedy will come up to you and be like, "I'm listening, Daddy." And she does sometimes, but she sees that I'll be getting on the Kylie and she said, "Daddy, I'm listening."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She did that when we were in the scooter. She was like, "I'm close to you guys. Kylie's far." I'm like,
yeah. See.
Yeah.
So they're both kind of I'd say for the most part rule followers. So we don't really have to worry about it.
I've seen that.
Kylie will, I say, 95. I'd say almost 99.9%. She'll tell you the truth. You ask her something, she'll say she did it.
She'll tell them so.
Kennedy, about 81.2%.
She gonna throw something in there like.
She's about 81.2% that she gonna tell you the truth on with that. She's like,
it's always the youngest, huh?
Yeah, maybe
it's her personality. You gotta know how to talk to Ken.
Yeah. Like,
as she get older too.
Yeah,
Ken. She's a no nonsense too. She's not gonna do what she doesn't. If she doesn't want to do it, she's not gonna do it.
She will not. Nope.
It is what it is. You can sweet talk her and say all this stuff. She's gonna look at you. No.
Right. You're not
gonna that poor kid at this one place like that. Oh, it was the coldest. He was so nice. Hey, do you want to grab it? No, I don't want to. And went right back to them. Can't go play. No, I don't want to play with him. Okay. All right.
It is what it is.
I love it. I love that shit like that.
She will not be moved if she don't want to be moved.
That's good. That's like leadership, right? Like, you don't have to worry about her being peer pressured.
Okay.
Nope.
But even today, when we was playing basketball,
man.
Kylie was firm on. We walked in. We said, "Come." She was like, "No." I said, "Kylie, we going inside."
Yeah, it was kind of thrown off by it.
And Kylie just like had a shutdown moment where she was she didn't want to play basketball. She didn't want to ride a scooter. She didn't want to hold her scooter.
It's because she saw
those two guys,
the two guys and the girl at the basketball court. You know, they was just playing basketball, and she looked. She was like, "I was like, Kylie, what's wrong?" And she was like,
she almost threw her scooter down.
No.
And was like,
and I was
hold
like,
it.
What? And I was like, "Is it because they're here?" She was like,
No.
She didn't say anything.
She was like, "I don't want to do anything." So Kim just looked at her and was like, okay. She kept going. Yeah. I said, "Kim, just leave her alone. She'll come around." So then when we started playing, she was like, "Ken, ride the scooter with me." Kylie said, "Ken, ride the scooter with me." And Ken said, "No, I'll play basketball." So Kylie just stood over there and was like, she's gonna play basketball. She's not gonna ride the scooter, so I might as well come join her and play basketball. And then from there we just kept going. Yeah. She was trying to convince Ken not to do what Ken wanted to do. And Ken was like, "I'm gonna do what I want to do." And Kylie was like in a little funk for just a little bit, and then she just broke out of it.
Yeah, you sit there and look crazy. Right. We gonna go over there. Have fun.
But for Kevin was like, "No, Simone." I was like, "Kevin, just leave her alone. She gonna be all right."
I got a little compassion.
Yeah, his heart was like, "No, but she's not talking and her mood changed. She doesn't want to do anything." I said, "Kevin, you just gotta leave her alone. She's gonna come around."
See, we gave her a little bit of practice.
And she came around, and then she had fun shooting the ball. She was playing basketball. Yeah.
Tell him, their team gonna be out there. I know. I already know.
She did good though.
Yeah. So, do y'all have any, I guess, specific questions for us when it comes to, this embarkment of, marriage that you guys will be coming up here on shortly? Anything specific?
For the person who enjoys me time, how do you guys have to keep the balance between like Sean and Tia time, Sean, Tia, and the kids time, and Tia and Sean? Because I know they say the marriage has to be good for the kids, right? But you also have to make sure that your cup is filled. Does your cup come before your marriage, or do you sometimes brush yourself off for your marriage for the sake of the kids? Because I need time for myself, but I feel like I have too much time for myself.
It's a balance.
I was gonna say the same thing.
It's a balance with that. Like I try to, like, during the week. It's pretty much because we're on a schedule. So obviously during this break and stuff, you do kind of whatever. But like for myself, I usually don't play like the video game or any of that stuff during the week. And that's really just setting an example for them, even though that sometimes helps me, decompress and with, mental stuff like that, just to have that moment or whatever. But I'll put that off to make sure, we're good there, make sure, food's done, homework, bath, bed. That's basically what the weekday consists of. Now, Friday night, we'll have maybe a movie night. Saturday morning, I'm up early. I get up a little bit before them. That way I can have my little me time. And Saturday kind of fluctuates. It's very flexible. So it's really, we'll have that time where, just like as you guys been here, she'll sit there, binge watch some stuff. That's her me time. I go play video game.
Oh yeah,
me time.
So I would say that it's a balance, but more importantly, like, know your spouse. So like, there's a point in time where like we would watch a show together, right? Like that's our thing. Or like before the kids? Yeah, before the kids, we would go to like model houses, and that's how we would spend our time, like just going to the model house, checking it out. But you gotta know like what your spouse needs, and I think in a marriage, that's what like your goal is to learn them. Like at this point, like usually she get off of work, she need like an hour's time to just like decompress and like do what she need to do, and then she'll come out the room and talk to me, kind of thing. So like when we first got married, I am not a morning person, and I don't apologize for it. I'm just not a morning person, right? just never have been. I don't think I ever will be, even though I'll be like, God, help me out here. But in the mornings, he would get up and want to have a whole conversation. Like, I don't know. my brain and what you're asking me right now is not computing. Like, I just need like time. So as time went on, like, I think he learned that about me. Like, just give her some time to like wake up. So like now in the mornings, if you notice, like he'll get up and he'll be with the kids, right?
You be in the room.
And I'll be asleep.
Yeah.
So when I get up, by the time I come out the room, I'm ready to have full-on conversation. So I think it's like paying attention to your spouse and learning like who they are and then adjusting to that, to respect their space. And then you'll get your me time, right? It'll just come naturally. Or like for me, it was really hard to like figure out how to take time for myself, like do the things that I love and take care of the family. So like I had to say at some point, like, Sean, I don't really go get my hair done anymore, but that's something that I really want to do for myself, like self-care. Like that's my time to just spend with me and relax. And so we just like put it on the calendar, and that's what you go do. So I think it's just paying attention and like listening to your spouse, right? That's really important. Like actually listening to what they say, because sometimes people don't really even realize that they're not saying what they need, but like they do say it. So like if you listen closely, you'll hear it. One of the things is I think like this kind of platform is also like therapy for us, right? So we'll joke about something. Sean does the groceries, right? And I'd be cleaning the house or doing something, and he'd be like, "Hey, look at the grocery list."
Check the list out and make sure
I'm mopping the floor. You want me to stop and look at the grocery
check
list,
it out.
right?
I feel like that's just a girl of man thing, because you feel like that
check it
too.
out.
So
It don't make sense, right?
Right, it's like
think
it's not the right time, right? It's not the right time to ask this, right? So now, if I'm doing something and he does that, I'm like, groceries, man, groceries. Like, don't interrupt, don't interrupt me right now.
Yeah.
So it became a joke, but also a understanding. And even the cell phone, when we did
but
the
I bet
cell
you
phone,
probably could do it though. You probably could clean this up in the middle and look at the phone with no problem.
I ain't somewhat.
Yeah, see, I feel like
you don't like
I'm
to deviate from the process.
I'm like when I'm doing something, I want to get it out of the way and it's done.
So groceries.
Like when it's serious, but I know I'm the one, because I don't want to go back and get something again. Like we missed it, I want to just get it then.
It's just
so it's just
perfecting the timing.
Yeah,
I
try to find the sweet spot. Like, hey, check this out.
Yeah,
real quick.
So again, it's just like learning, and figuring out like, okay, that probably bothers her.
Don't you
right?
see this?
Don't you see her get an attitude every time you do X?
Wait, when I put the dustpan over there and I dust my hands off, you can pass the phone.
I'm just sitting here mindlessly scrolling through my phone.
I get you.
But just paying close attention to one another, learn your spouse every single day.
It's a everyday process. Every day.
That's good. You got a question?
Die to self. Let's talk about die to self. What do y'all mean by that? Talk more about that in marriage.
Well, check our other video out. We talked about that already. But no, man. You sometimes she put it the best way, because sometimes you just don't. You just don't want to do it. But it ain't about, when it comes to marriage, it ain't just about me. It's all about we. So if I do something that I don't want to do, not only is it affecting, her, it's affecting me too. So you have to, sometimes set that stuff aside, whatever you may be feeling, and again, complete that mission of what you're trying to accomplish. That's that whole dying to self thing. So they can be like, I don't want to do this, but I know this would make her happy, or just to help out somewhat.
Yeah.
So no matter how I may be feeling, I'll be like, I could be tired, I really don't want to do it, but because of the love I have for my wife, I'll do it.
That's good.
It just don't, sometimes you can have conversation, like you can really say, hey, I can't right now. I really can't. So if you just pick up, but also we have this weird thing of just one person will just pick up the other thing. Like she's not the only one that'll wash clothes. I'll wash clothes. I'll prepare dinner. She'll prepare dinner.
Just
It
go
did.
with the flow.
It's just going with the flow.
Filling the pieces.
Again, it goes back to paying attention. Like I could tell, like if he's really not in the mood to cook because it hasn't been started at a certain time, and at that point, I'd be like, let me just whip something up real quick and give to the kids because I know like he's not really in the mood, and I think he also majority of the time I get the girls a bath, get them ready for bed, but like every once in a while we can see like she's tired. Like, just let me get them together.
Let's switch. I do the bed.
Well, it's kind of like tonight in
Yeah.
a sense. I noticed. I said, "Well, it's like okay, it's time for me to go to bed. Well, let's go to bed."
And usually, like we on a schedule. So if I didn't do it by a certain time, you're like, okay, let me go ahead and take care of it. But I think dying to self for me is like, don't ever do things because you expect something in return. Just do it because you love that person. Yeah. Like just do it because you love that person. And I feel like if you're always in the mindset of like, I'm doing it because I love you, then it's reciprocated. So your cup is always filled because they're reciprocating it back to you. So if you're operating the same way and she's operating the same way, then y'all cup is gonna be full.
Take notes on that.
Yeah, you too. Looking at him, take notes on that. Both of y'all.
Yeah.
Both. And those are some of the, just a couple things we talked about. Important things to look forward to in your marriage. Like,
and as the time goes by, like it gets easier and easier for us anyway. Like I know a lot of people like marriage so hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, it don't have to be though. It doesn't have to be
that.
And they say don't have kids. You love them, but I feel like you just can't allow other people's opinions too.
I'm like, y'all know each other, and just talk to each other and enjoy each other and pay attention to each other
and keep you out your business.
Yes,
right?
keep number one, keep everybody out your business. Whatever happens in your marriage happens between y'all and y'all work it out.
Okay. Do you have more single friends now or more married friends or a mixture?
Married.
Mostly married friends. I mean, I still have
got a couple out there, but
they're not like every day.
Yeah,
I feel like it could get you in. It could put you in a place where you may not need to be. I'm not saying it's bad, but you have to be. I would say you have to be careful, depending on the friend too. Like, right. Yeah. So there's like single friends that go to church with you, right? Like they're getting the word. They're learning stuff, so they're not. More than likely, they're not going to put you in a situation that you shouldn't be in. But then if you have like friends that are still in the world, then you may catch yourself out there in a place that you don't need to be in. Especially just because they're not
what they talk about, who they sit with, right? Who are they hanging out with? Right. Yeah.
And you can also create like lust in your heart that don't need to be there, right? Like they talk about the single life and how much fun they had.
Friend, you be like, hey bro, did you see her? Okay.
Yeah.
And they you don't see all that walking by?
Like don't.
For what you doing?
So I think there's a time and a place, right? For all right. I don't think you have to have all married friends, but I don't know that you should be with the single person all the time either.
No, that's you might as well just stay single. So now you're just leaving your spouse at home all the time. Oh, we'll hang out with them. Well, what's wrong with hanging out with me?
That's true.
I'd rather hang out with her. Sure. Now, when it comes to sports, I'm not like one of my boys and stuff like that. Now she'll do basketball. She'll do basketball if I got that, but football.
But see, you can respect
Bryant.
Yeah.
Nope.
We won't even talk about it because he won't sit and watch no rom-coms with me. So
that's Hallmark.
I know. No, we're not gonna touch that.
Exactly. No. Let's just move on.
No. But you see, prime example of my hopping in and out today, right? Y'all watching Sisters. I said, what happened here? What happened there? Because I remember other stuff. Yeah. I get bits and pieces and I'm okay.
I'll be like, oh yeah, you don't really want to know.
I'm the same way.
I'm good. I already know. It's like the like Country Wayne, his some of his skits. I'm so far behind on. I used to keep up with it, but it's so much, so I can't keep up with it as much. So I see the titles of his little posts and stuff. I'm like, oh dang, they did that or what happened? Like, man, I remember when they was kicking this. So I don't even get to watch it, but just the titles of some of those skits.
The time frames.
So you can watch that while she watching Sisters, or she can watch her show while you watching the football game, and it works. Yeah, that's what.
I think you just gotta know, like literally what works for y'all, and that whatever works for y'all don't necessarily mean that it works for us, and you gotta be okay with that. Because people will tell you all about like what they do in their marriage, and like, oh, we go out every night and we like to have dinner and go dress up. Okay.
This is why we specifically say
This works.
This works for us.
Not y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's good. That was good talk. Yeah. That's good.
Well, we appreciate y'all
Yeah.
joining us on here. Maybe the next time
We'll be talking to you.
as you're married.
Next year.
That's crazy.
With those new last name.
Yeah.
The full last name too. The full last name.
Yeah. Full last name. Ain't no hyphenated, nothing on there.
On that.
Lord.
So by the time you get to August, you're gonna be like, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Change the name, change the church, change the
Everything.
New beginning, new journey.
Right.
That's why you gotta look at the positive.
Cheers to 2024.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And plus, if you got any comments, please feel free to leave them below, and we'll try to answer them the best way we can.
Give some advice to this beautiful young couple.
Yes.
Godly advice.
Entrepreneur right here too. I ain't gonna get into a business, but entrepreneur.
Yes.
They're gonna be doing major. I got my finger all in your face. Major things over here. They're gonna be doing beautiful things. Look for them in the Atlanta area around there. You'll see soon enough. You probably already seen some of it, but either way, big things. All I know is just remember us small people.
We got you.
From the very, very humble beginnings over here. CEO, CFO, everything like that. But God bless y'all and your beautiful soon to be union. We look forward to being there too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Unless we go to the courthouse,
Hey,
Pride.
hey, it worked for us.
Right.
Y'all have a good day.
What's up, podcast family? We just want to say thank you for tuning in, watching our episodes. We pray that what we are saying is a blessing to you. God placed it on our hearts to share with other married folks and soon to be married folks. So again, we just pray that it's blessing you.
And stay tuned for the next video. Again, we want to thank you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for supporting This Works For Us podcast.